just a quickie. I came out from doing some shopping, and I've been out and about today doing getting some bits, some stationery bits, some IT bits, some audio stuff for my recordings. And it just occurred to me that every time I bought something, there was this little dilemma of, where do I put the receipt when they give it to me? Sometimes it's in the bag, madam. Another time I shove it in my purse. I may sometimes stick it in my handbag. Or, which has happened, you get back and you just don't even know where the receipt is. Time comes to do your bookkeeping on your accounts and you haven't got the paperwork. Or it's just piled up. It's still stuck where you left it. Still in the bag, still in your wallet, still in your purse. So I'm on my way back to my office now, and I've got a simple way. Wow, check the traffic. Anyway, I've got a simple way to help you get past this little irritation, which clients mention to me all the time. I don't know what to do with all these bits of paper. They're driving me mad. So when I get back, I'm going to show you a little tip that you can use that I promise will make life a whole lot easier. Assuming I get out of this hellhole, that is. Okay, so how does this work? Well, imagine you've come back and you've got your purse or your wallet or your briefcase or the envelope that you stuff everything else with. I won't let you see half my cash. And out comes this monstrosity that you keep meaning to do something with, or you may be a little bit better than that. You actually take them out of your purse or your briefcase, but they end up in a pile somewhere in an in tray. So, show you method one first. In fact, the method is the same. It's just what you might use to do that may change. So what you're going to need are just a series of envelopes and a pen. So what you might decide is one set of expenses are cash. Yep, cash. Okay, another one might be debit card. So you have debit card. All right, debit card. Most people, pretty much that's it for their tiny receipts. You could also have ones where if you have spent money on behalf of the company and you want to claim it back, you might not have gotten around to keeping track of your expenses. You might not even keep track of your expenses. So one way to make sure that you reimburse yourself, or you know what the company owes you, is to put it down. So put expenses or expense to claim. I'm making it up, you call it what you like. So expenses to claim, might even put, if I put G, so it's me. Yeah, so that's me to claim it back. And anything else you might have a credit card, you might have another bank, you might have a member of staff who's giving you their receipts to deal with as well. But just to keep it simple, basically we just created these three. So what you then do is you take one receipt, have a look at it. How was it paid? This one was an expense paid by me, so I put it in here. Next, this one was also an expense paid by me, for example, so I put it in here. Then I get another one. This one was paid by cash, so I put it in the cash one. I think you can see where we're going with this. This one was paid by the company debit card. When I say debit card, I mean the card that pays it straight out of your bank account, and that goes in there. Now, if you really want to be organized, and I would advise that this is a good way to do it, but you don't have to, it just cuts down. Because if you're already sitting and doing this, you might as well do it properly, is to actually look at the receipt and then look at the date and highlight or underline the date and then put it in the envelope. If you're doing this as you go along, what you're doing is you're coming in and you're just shoving them in the envelopes. So you're not really going to end up with this, because imagine if you did this every single day as you were going along, then you would get rid of them. So what you'd end up with instead is, yes, a pile of them in here, but at least you could pick it up and think, right, everything in here is just to do with my debit card. So I'm just going to deal with my debit card payments in my accounts package or bookkeeping package or spreadsheet or what it is, and this is it, rather than dealing with that. Now, the other option is if you're more anally retentive as I am. I used to use this. I like the envelopes because they were just easy for me to just throw things into. But you can use something a bit more like this, where you have ones in different sections. And some of my clients actually have something like this and they carry it around with them. Now for women, it's probably not so bad if you're carrying a briefcase or a handbag. Guys, maybe not so great in your back pocket, but I know a lot of you do carry around cases and so forth, particularly with your iPads and so in it. So you can put this in there, and this one actually has little mini labels you could put, and you could actually name them how you wanted to. So to summarize, the crux is, I would say, is every day when you go out and you get your receipts and you come back in, empty whatever the receipts were put into, the bag, the wallet, the handbag, the purse or whatever, stick them in here, and then when you come to do your accounts, pick them up and deal with them one by one. Also, if you don't do your accounts and you give them out to a bookkeeper or an accountant, if you were to do this once a month, for example, put these in here, which is why I started doing the envelopes, or why I'm showing you the envelopes, because this is what I show some of my clients to do. This is what they've done, and then they just hand it over to us just like this, and then for the next month they create another one. Sometimes they just keep it in the same one if we don't get it, like for 3 months or so, depending on how much data they hand over. But it's just really to get rid of that mind-numbing, oh my gosh, bookkeeping is cumbersome and time-consuming enough without having to start with this before you've even got to the point of doing it, i.e. sitting in front of your package and getting it done. Anyway, that's it for that one. Please leave any comments below if you've got a better way of doing it, or an alternative that you use that could help someone else. Do let me know. See you soon.